Okay, well, this meeting is officially started. Bruce, can you spotlight me, please? This doesn't bounce around here. Welcome everybody to the Grand River Woodturners Guild. This is our February meeting. We're from beautiful downtown Grand Rapids, top of the building that we normally meet in. It's freezing up here, so we want to welcome everybody to our meeting. We have lots of new members that we welcome. If you want to be a member, and hang on, I'm trying to get my stuff working here. My automatic system is out for some reason. So let's see. If you want to be a member of our group, probably everybody in this room is a member because this is a members only meeting, but the meeting portion of this I will be posting on YouTube afterwards, and then I'll have a private recording of the demonstration that we will have available to all of our members that'll just have the demonstration on it. So for the people on YouTube that are seeing this portion of it, if you want to be a member of our group and you're not, you can send a request to the email up here on my right here, grwtg2008@gmail.com, and we will send you a form where you can join by check or by using your credit card, and then you'll be getting all of our emails and invitations to our following meetings. The meetings that we are going to have members only meeting this year for our professional turners, which include Art Lessman today. So this is a members only meeting. March, we have David Ellsworth and John Singleton. Let me know if I got something wrong here. So I don't forward the wrong information to Tom Sampson, who does our newsletter. So I have March, I have David Ellsworth. And then April, we got Mike Mahoney lined up. And then May will be one of our members, Pete Vandermeer. You all want to tune in for that. And then June, we have Cindy Drozda. So for the professional turners, those are all members only meeting. So you'll, if you're seeing this and you want to see those, membership's only $25. You can't hardly beat that to see all these professionals in the next 6 months for only $25. So you send us a message, a request at the grwg2008@gmail.com, and we will get you onto our membership. We have some giveaways that we're going to do later in the show. We have a raffle that we're going to do for everybody who participates in the show and tell. So if you have something for show and tell, your name is going to go into a special raffle for a Woodcraft gift certificate. So get your show and tells ready. I have some that people have sent to me that I will be displaying also. Let's see. We had a Treasury Report that was attached to our newsletter that goes out. If anybody has any questions about that, you can ask us right now, and I'd be happy to talk, and we can get Dave Curley on. Other than that, though, we're not going to go into a full Treasury Report, but it is available to anybody who has questions, and we do attach it to our newsletter. So we are a 501c3. We're required to do that. So so if there's any questions, just pop your mic on and ask, and we'll be happy to answer those questions.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah, John.
We do have Todd Raines booked for September also.
Todd Raines.
Another professional.
Yep. Okay. And that's September. And so then we'll be looking for some of our wood turners to fill in the rest of the months of the year. And we should have more than enough of us to do that. Maybe by the end of this year, we'll be back to doing some physical meetings. So you wouldn't have to do a remote, but if you are interested in doing a demonstration and you have high-speed internet at your house, we can set up an IDR. The guild owns IDR equipment. We have a nice setup for doing them. And so we can come and set you up to do a remote demonstration for our club if you're interested in doing that. We are looking for people. So get a hold of me or somebody else on the board if you are interested in doing that for us. I think with that, unless there's something else, anybody else got anything here that I missed? We'll go into show and tell. Anybody got anything that I've missed? Okay. I don't see any hands. So let's do show and tell. You can digitally raise your hand on Zoom by clicking on, I think, the 3 dots on the bottom of the screen. There's a little flag there or drop down menu that has raise your hand. Somewhere's in there you can raise your hand. Otherwise, you can just start waving your arms at me towards the end here when we get to the end, and I will hopefully see you, or somebody on our leadership team will see you. Like Ron Campbell's waving his hand, so I'll make sure we go to him, and we'll cover everybody. Let me start with the show and tells that I have. Tom Panigo was talking about his silver maple earlier. This is a piece of that silver maple he gave me. It was a burl that he had cut off the side there, and he let me have it, and I'm really thankful. I thought it came out beautiful. It was a really nice piece. I think I've hollowed it to maybe a little less than 1/4 of an inch. So, but this is kind of like one of my signature pieces. One of my favorite things to do is to make the holy grail of hollow forms, I call them. So,
What finish did you put on it?
lacquer. Lots of lacquer. And I don't polish it afterwards. I lacquer it until it looks good, and then I call it good, and I'm done. So let's see. Let's go to the show and tell that people have sent me. This first one is from Brian Sitkillair. Brian, you're here. Tell us about your piece.
Yeah, Doug, thanks. I am here. This is my first adventure into live edge turning. It was a little piece I picked up on one of our raffle tables at a club meeting. It was very small. It was only a piece was like 3 by 6. So that's all I managed to get out of it was a 3 by 6 piece. This is a elm limb. It's a limb off a tree, and I did a count of the rings, and the best I can determine it's between 35 and 37 years old. This piece of limb when it was cut, and you can just make out a little bit of the spalting just below the bark layers there. So I was quite impressed with it. So is my wife. She's got it displayed already. So I'll be doing some more of this. I left it kind of thick because it was my first time into this thing. It is finished with 3 coats of wipe-on poly.
All
Thanks,
right.
Doug.
Very nice. Let's see. Next up, we have, of course, I need to, there we go. Dan Veenstra, tell us about your piece.
Well, that's one of my typical pieces. It's why I don't do much show and tell.
Tell us about this one.
That one was really quite a simple thing to do. It's got more bandsaw and sanding than it does really turning. You hollow out the middle and set the top on it, and it's just play. It wasn't an original idea by any means. I copied it from someplace.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
All right, next up, we've got this is Jim Rosen. Jim, are you here? I saw you log in.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
Yeah,
tell
this
us about you. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, this is a piece of applewood that I picked up off of O'Brien Road, off of Wilson Road. And this is what the piece looked like before I started turning it. I had no idea of what it would be when I was done, but it was one of those log to bowl things. And there's the finished piece. I thought it turned out really nice. I left bark on the back, and it was kind of frightening when those wings are flying at you all the time, but I managed to stay out of the way of them. And it turned out, it wasn't really a burl, but it turned out really nice.
Yeah, very nice. What kind of finish did you do on that?
I did a lacquer finish. Took a lesson from you.
Okay. Did you watch my video?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next up, I got Tom Sampson. Tell us about your piece, Tom.
Yeah, good morning. I have a wood sculpture here, playing around with some, thin oak discs, red oak, and some spheres. I called it a red pagoda. It's got some little lanterns on it, kind of some little squash sphere shapes, if you will. Entered it in the West Michigan Regional Art Competition and got a honorable mention, so pleased with that. Got some cracks in the top there. I just filled with some black epoxy, kind of just accented them. And there's some spears on the base. So yeah, quite happy with it.
Yeah, very nice. Did you sandblast those discs in the middle or not?
Those are not sandblasted, just a little bit of warping.
Okay. Yeah, very nice.
Thanks.
Okay, next up, let's go to Ruby here. Let me see if I can get Ruby. Let's spotlight Ruby. Ruby, you're on. What do you got?
Okay, I kind of went to the animals, so I'm going to reverse my camera so you can see. That's a collection of things that I've been playing with. Some little pine cone fellows, a few owls, some toothpick holders, and what was supposed to be a turtle in the foreground, but I'm not quite happy with the shape of his shell. He was totally off-center turned.
Very nice. What's in the bowl? Your emerging bowl there on the bottom corner.
Believe it or not, those are some sequoia, I guess cones would be the term, or nuts.
Cool. All right.
Okay,
Very, very nice. Yeah.
Really
All
cool.
right.
Nice.
thank you.
Next up, we've got Ken Blaine. So Ken, you're on. Turn on your mic. What do you got for us?
Okay, there we go. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So basically what I've been playing around with is I acquired a few maple burls, and some of the most unique wood I've worked with in a long time. The tree was struck by lightning, and I don't know if that had the effect of what it's doing inside the wood or not, but I don't know how well we can see these, but they have not only the little spots scattered throughout like most burls, but everything is almost ribboned, almost like a quilted maple inside the burl knots. So, and the bark is super thick, but very, very easy to work with. I was really surprised. So, I said I got about 3 or 4 pieces here that I've been playing with. And as you can kind of see on this one here, where's my camera? There it is. I mean, even as high as these things are sticking up on looks like nothing, they're very solid. It's been a lot of fun to work with. Kind of in the middle of finishing them right now. I will be doing a sprayed lacquer, but I don't generally spray lacquer until the weather warms up. So I have them sealed, sanded, ready to go. So first 65, 70-degree day, they'll get sprayed. This is that. I think we still got one more of these burls at the guild for available for purchase. So if anybody's interested in that, that's kind of what they are.
Yeah, that burl he's talking about is in our supplies. If you go follow our supplies link in our newsletter, yeah, you'll see it. They're available. I thought there was 2 of them left. Maybe it's just 1.
Just, I think 1 sold. I checked it this morning, and 1 sold,
Okay.
and the other one's sitting there.
Oh, okay, you only had 2.
Who knows?
Okay.
We may pop another one down there yet.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, Ken. Next up, I have got Terry Leifers. What do you got for us, Terry? Your volume's off. Turn on your volume. Unmute.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
There you go.
a few weeks ago, my wife wanted something to stir stews and soups with, and so I made this. And I've kind of been inspired by Tom Hale. He's done a lot of spoons lately. So I'm going to start making spoons, but I got to get some saber-tooth grinding burrs to finish out the spoons I've started. So that's about it.
Okay. Very nice. What kind of finish
Maybe-
you put on that?
Just oil.
Okay.
So maybe next time I have some spoons completed.
Okay. We'll be looking for it. Let's see. Next up, I have Doug Scarf.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I do a lot of pepper mills. I don't know if you can see this too well. This is a new design that I'm working on. Very, very thin. It's been spiraled. It's bloodwood is the wood. I do about 150 mils a year, and they sell anywhere from 150 to 550. So I keep them in this shape, ready to go, and they're a lot easier to store. And when they need a couple of mils to take to a show, I pull them out and put the mechanisms in them, and off I go. But I'll usually have a box of 50 or 100 pepper mills just laying around when I think of something. And the finish on this is Parfix 3408.
Nice. Yeah,
That's
very
it.
nice.
Very nice.
Okay, next up we have Dave Curley. I'm going to get you in here. You're on, Dave.
Morning. I'm going to share my screen. See if I can do this successfully here. Are we seeing it?
Not yet.
We see you.
Yep, we see you. Here it comes.
Okay.
There it is.
Had to double click. Okay.
Okay.
So I got a couple of bowls here. The one on the left is mulberry that has a iron oxide application, ebonizing. The one on the right is Osage orange, and unsuccessfully turned without the bark staying on, but I still like them. This one being mulberry, I really liked the luster of the application of this. There's the iron oxide. It's the steel wool and the vinegar. You let it sit for quite a while and then apply it. So this is the contrast between the natural color of the mulberry and the applied surface. And after the finish on this would probably be just beeswax and mineral oil. It's kind of my go-to when I do stuff like this. And this one being the Osage, it's probably about 6 inches wide in the widest point. And just showing the bottom there. I got a couple of more pictures that go back the other way here. So I've made these for Conductors Baton to incorporate into an art piece that I'm working on. And I one of the reasons why I wanted to show them was because I'm having inspiration, or I guess I'm just kind of not being very productive in getting this done. So if I show it, maybe that'll put some pressure on me to actually get to it. So this is fiberglass that I taper down. I don't use a tool. I just sandpaper those down. And the handles are sycamore, and here's a little bit better shot of that sycamore. So I always like the rays that you get out of sycamore. It's similar to oak, but so that's basically what I've got, and these will be kind of the anchor points of the piece that I'm working on. So, and I'm really hoping to get this ready for a show, and that needs to be done by April 1st. So I got to get going. Anyway, that's what I have.
Okay, very nice. Next up, we have Don Doyle, the rubber chucky guy. How you doing, Don?
Good, doing fine, thanks. I just wanted to mention that whoever was looking for the saber-toothed burrs, Bob Mikowski sells those, and I think he offers the clubs 20% off. He's at, he goes to Campbell's Retreat and that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Bob is from the Detroit club, so just thought I'd mention that.
Are you still retired from your rubber chucky business? Are you?
Oh no,
you're still-
I just got over the health issues and busier than ever.
Okay, good, because I need some stuff.
Good.
I'll make an order. Good, glad to hear it.
You must have something over your camera or whatever.
Yeah, because I'm going to be jumping in the shower here. And, you'd probably exceed the limit of Zoom of all the people wanting to get in to see that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
We appreciate that. Ron Campbell, you had your hand up. Say something so I can find your mic, please.
Here I am, Doug.
Okay. I'm gonna get you on. There you go. You're on.
Hopefully I haven't shared this yet with you group. I did down in Kalamazoo. Come on. That's interesting. There we go. Again, these are silver maples from Tom Penningas. I called this my mindless turnings because I just went out to the shop, didn't know what I wanted to make. And I've got a tool that I have to start using as much as I can. So these are kind of my mindless turnings. They are finished with Minwax polyacrylic. I wanted something water-based so the lighter color stayed light and didn't yellow. I've been pleased with them. It's tremendous wood to cut. I need more of it.
All right. Hey, tell us about your new products, your hones and stuff.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I teamed up with James Berry out of the UK. James spent some more than 20 years with Trend tools, and they developed these sharpening systems. And he's no longer with Trend, but he's still a supplier, I guess, to them or something. And he offered the line to me. And it's here in the United States, myself, Cindy Drozda, and Jimmy Clues are carrying the product. We also opened up with Trend so we could use their lapping solution. And it is a synthetic lubricant, and it allows, if you use that, we have a 5-year guarantee on the 300, 600, and the 600 and 1,000 cards. And I also will be introducing next week a new bar, cutting bar. It's on my website now. It's for cutting resin. It's the Keith Lochner bar, Pro Series bar. That goes out in an announcement as soon as my website's finished. Thanks, Doug.
Okay. Let's see. Next up, Gary Leash. Can you say something, Gary, so I can find your mic?
Hello.
There you are.
Yeah, I got something too, Doug.
Okay, I'll get you, Bruce. There you go, Gary. You're on.
Good morning. This is
morning.
a piece of Norfolk Island pine that I had gotten down in Florida, and I had it sitting on the basement floor, and it was totally dry when I started turning it. And the limbs, I was afraid were going to, I only got it down to about 1/2 inch. And then I wanted to go down to 1/4 inch, but I was afraid that I would pop out one of the limbs. Even though I CA'd them, I was just, I got to the point where I don't want to go any farther. It's too nice. So that was my Norfolk Island pine. I got this from Rudy when I was down in Florida. And he said that when you turn it real wet, it throws out a sap onto your lathe. So I let it dry totally. So it was like hard.
Okay, very nice. Next up, Bruce. What do you got, Bruce?
Yeah, I got a share screen. I had to, last weekend was Valentine's Day. So I had to make a flower for my bride. And this is it. For some reason, I've got a collision here. There we go. This is the flower's about 2 inches in diameter, about 2.5 inches long. And with the stem, it's a total of 9 inches. It's paddock. The finish is hard wax oil. Phil Irons was using some in one of his demonstrations. And I like it. It's easy to put on. It's like putting walnut oil on. It gives a really nice luster. The thing that I found with it, it you want to use it only for display items. If like if this gets water on it, it'll you'll get all kinds of watermarks, and then you have to recoat it. But for Ron, this is out of my round and reddish series. So that's
It's about time you got close to the edge.
I figured you were trying to figure out how I made these nice green leaves.
They do look really nice. That must be madrone.
Could be. But the stem that was my first attempt at using an airbrush, and you know, my first shot at it, I put too much paint on and had to wipe it all off and start over again. So that's been kind of fun. So that's my show and tell.
Very nice. Let's see. Anybody else out there? Let me get my screen changed so I can see
We got
everybody.
a couple items, Doug.
Okay, John McGee. Let me spotlight you, and you are on. What do you got, John?
Hey, this is a little different yarn bowl, and it's made for just strictly a top draw. It's a fairly heavy piece. It's heavy in the bottom, flat bottom. My wife liked this because she knits with the bowl on the floor next to her chair, and she draws out of the top. And it doesn't walk all over the floor. And actually that's birch, Alaska birch.
What's the finish on it?
With a walnut oil. And I think it's a mixture of blow and poly over the top. Kind of a French polish type finish.
Yep.
Except it doesn't have to be redone all the time.
Okay.
The other item is a small Yamaki, kind of inspired by Kelly Nunn and Emilio Archavo, Emiliano. And the bottom is a very nice disappearing sort of thing. And it always, you set it down and it stays absolutely plumb and square, but it rocks. So, and it's a little thicker than I would like to have made it, but this is birch also. Same finish as the other.
Nice, very nice.
Hey, Doug, I have something too.
So, Ed, welcome.
This is my first time at your club meeting, and I made a couple of banks for my grandsons. One of them is just basically a box that I hollowed out and then glued back together. And then the second one was a little bit like Ruby's. It's an owl, the head's hollow and the body's hollow. And couple of banks from my grandsons anyway. Nice to meet y'all.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Ed Wilkmeyer. Wilkmeyer? How do you pronounce your name? Wilkmeyer.
Yeah, that's right, Wilkmeyer.
Okay, nice to have you with us, Ed.
I got one, Doug.
Okay, I heard Dave Miller a minute ago. Dave Miller, did you have something?
Yes, I do.
All right, hang on. Let me spotlight you, Dave. And you're on, Dave.
Okay. I had a cherry burl the other day. Wasn't exactly sure what to do with it, but I ended up making this little candle holder. And I thought it turned out quite nicely.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I got one.
Okay, is that John Marquardt? Is that who's?
Yes.
Okay, let me get you. You're on, John.
Well, I've made several dizzy bowls, and ever since I made one, I wanted to see if I could do it that didn't look like a tornado funnel. So this is my experiment. It's still got to be buffed out, but it is dizzy.
Yeah,
Sure is.
very nice. Yeah. Let's see. I got another.
Dave Penafield's got one.
Yep.
Hey guys, how you doing today?
Yep. Hang on, Jay. Let me get you a spotlight on there. Okay, Jay, what do you got for us?
This is my first year anniversary with the club. I actually had to renew my membership to get in today, so happy 1 year anniversary to me. And
Yeah.
And I got a piece of catalpa from Fred Rayner this past year. So I turned this nice bowl. I got enough to make another 5 of these now. But I was up in Fred's place earlier this year while I was in Grand Rapids doing his business. He gave me some really nice material. So I thought I'd share this with you guys, Mr. Catalpa.
Nice.
Oh, nice shape.
Yeah, nice shape. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you much.
Let's see who we got. Anybody else here? I'm looking for hands waving, hands up. Say something if you got. Okay, I see Larry Putnam's got something here. Larry, let's put you on. What do you got for us, Larry? Unmute your mic.
All right, I'm on. Hey, I wasn't gonna show this yet, but this is in process. I'm down in not so sunny Florida right now. That shows up pretty good. This is a piece of spalted, I believe it's sweet gum. There's a pretty good supply down here. Like you say, it's in process. It's gonna be a yarn bowl, I hope. If I can keep it together. There's some knots up in there. Probably will fill today, but it's pretty good size. It's probably about 11 inches right now. So in process work. I haven't decided whether I'm going to cut a spiral or something down through it and make a yarn bowl. It's for my wife's aunt. So it's got some pretty cool character to it.
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, I got John Singleton. Let me see if I can spotlight you, John. You're on, John. Unmute your mic.
We got a Calabash Pole here, kind of a design. And as you can see, the bottom come out pretty nice and round. And it's just got a nice figure to it. It's kind of a large bowl to show.
What kind of wood is it?
That's koa.
It's beautiful.
And it's about 16 inches across, 16 to 17. But being the size, I left it kind of thick. That's it.
Yeah, beautiful. Did you get that from Tom Penninga?
Did I get it from Tom Penn?
That wood?
No, not this piece.
Yes, you did.
Not
Tom
this
says
one,
you
Tom,
did.
because the one you got, I got cracks in. That's down below.
The wood's
That's in
really
my
pretty.
basement. This one's crack free,
Nice.
as you see.
Okay.
Come on, I can go get the one that Tom gave me. Show you that one.
We believe you. Okay, let me check my view here. Anybody else got something? You can wave, you can say something. I'm looking for hands waving. Brian Woodward, you got something, Brian? Or were you?
I got something.
I do.
Okay, hang on. Let me get Brian on here. What do you got, Brian?
So I'm just a new guy, but I was pretty proud of this thing I made yesterday. So, it's a Banksia pod filled with my camera sucks, but it's got a pearlescent epoxy in there and then a Purple Heart base. It's a little candle holder.
Oh, yeah, very nice. And welcome to our group. Glad to see that you're participating on one of your first times here. So
Thank you. Thank you.
let's see. Somebody else said they had something. Tom? Okay, hang on, Tom. Let me spotlight you. All right, Tom, you're on.
Can people see my screen share?
Oh, I forgot to show yours. I'm sorry. You sent that to me, and how did I miss that?
That's okay. I got them. So
Okay.
these are candle holders that I made. I used an old Sears router master that they quit making in the 90s, but basically you have a router that's on a carriage, and as you turn it, it puts a spiral in it. And I'm 40% successful. About 3 broke and 2 are successful. So anyway, they turned out really nice.
So how did you coordinate the turning of the router with turning of the lathe? Did you hand turn the lathe? Or does
I guess I would have to show you no, you take it off the lathe and it fits in a carriage. And then as you turn it, the router moves along the carriage and the piece of wood turns.
Cool.
If you put it up the other way, you get the spiral in the other direction. If you do both of them, you get a diamond pattern.
Okay.
There's one of those tools still available. It's called Flute Master, and it is, the carriage is attached to a wheel on your lathe.
Right. That's an expensive, and it lets you do a lot of neat flutes. You have but basically the same way. You turn a crank and it turns your lathe and it moves the router at the same time. So anyway, they turned out really.
Those are kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I really like that.
Where would you get the Flute Master?
Just Google it. They sell it.
Hang on, Ruby. I'll see if I can find it. They're at all the AAWs. I'll get back to you.
Okay. All right. I thought somebody else had said something. They have something. We have looking for say something or wave your arms.
I think that's it.
Oh, is that it? Jim, did you have something? You're just moving your camera. Okay, he's just moving his camera. All right. I think that is the end of show and tell. So Dave Curley, did you get all those? Turn your mic on, Dave. Your mic's off. There you go.
Yeah, I got them all. And to be honest, we have 22. That's the most we've ever had in a Zoom meeting.
Good.
So the drawing must have pulled everybody out.
Good. All right. Well, go ahead and do your drawing, and let's see who won that. Pull the name out of that hat. Hang on. Let me get your screen here spotlighted. So, all right.
You're not going to see my sophisticated way of doing it, but I don't know who the names are, and I didn't include myself, so I won't be drawing myself. So I'm just going to randomly pick one. And Ed, is it Winkmeyer? I know we discussed
Wilkemeyer.
Yes.
Ed Wilkemeyer. Let me write
He's
that
the
down.
winner.
So that's going to be a Woodcraft gift certificate. And I think our Woodcraft gift certificates are $10, right, Ken? Are you there, Ken?
Okay, our Woodcraft card that I have left is a $20 gift card.
All right. Well, there you go. You can't beat that. So that's Ed Wilkemeyer is going to get a $20 Woodcraft gift certificate for participating in our show and tell. Let's see. Oh, I see why. I'm trying to figure out why am I seeing that? Because I have the wrong picture up for me. Okay. So I think that concludes our show and tell, which was a really good show and tell. Big applause for everyone. We really appreciate that. And I don't know if we have any more business. Well, I'm sorry. I do have a couple more business things I need to mention. Our supplies. The account is, we are doing, you can buy us supplies. It's open for purchases through our website. And then you can pick them up next Saturday at the Jam from 9 to 9:30. If you buy supplies, you have to pick them up. So don't be ordering supplies if you're unable to get to Grand Rapids and pick them up next Saturday. The regional arts competition is going on. That is from through the Festival of the Arts. Fred Bivens heads that up. There's prizes. There's lots of prizes available in the regional arts competition. We actually sponsor the Ron Den Broden Award, which I believe is $200 for a wood turn item, not necessarily somebody from our guild, but from a wood turn entry. So you ups your chances of winning something if you enter into the arts competition. They have a letter they sent to me. I don't think it had all the final stuff on it. They were going to release that, I think, today. So when I see the final entry information for the regional arts, I will forward it to everybody in our group, so everybody has a chance to get involved with that. We hope to see as many wood turn items as possible. I know Fred Bivens, he's one of our members. He's also the chair of the Festival of the Arts in Grand Rapids, and he always hopes that there's more wood turnings than there are. He thinks that we should have more there. So
Doug, is that limited to any counties?
yes, it is, and I don't think Kalamazoo is part of it. I think
I didn't think it was.
Yeah, I think we've had that before, unless they change that. I know we've asked them to change that, but I know in the past they have not. It's like Kent, Barrie, Ottawa, the counties that are touching Kent County, I think, are the only ones in that. So when I see that, I will forward that out to everybody. Right now we are doing, we're doing all the Zoom meetings, but we eventually we'll be back doing physical meetings. And I don't know if anybody's been down to the Jam where we have had our physical meetings and where you go to pick up our stuff. That place, development is going on like crazy around it. When you go down there, if you haven't been there in a year, you're going to be shocked. All the buildings around where we go have been torn down, and they have condos and retail businesses going up. And I'm afraid it's only a matter of time before somebody makes the landlord of our place an offer he can't refuse, and they're going to sell that where we're at to a developer, and we're going to be out of a meeting place. So I'm putting out the word right now that we need to keep our eyes and ears open for a possible place that we can meet. We meet once a month when we have meetings, and then we need a room to keep our stuff in.
You need a church basement.
Yeah, if we found a church basement, that works really well for the Kalamazoo group. So anyways, I'm putting that out there. It's become very evident that they're mass developing around us. I'll probably tear down that place and put in a brewery, because we are right next to Founders. So
Hey, we can meet in the brewery basement.
well, I know that'd be great. A bunch afterwards. Jay Penfield, you had something. What do you got, Jay?
For what it's worth, the DAW partnered a couple of years back with the Pontiac Center for the Arts. If you guys have a Center for the Arts in your area there that is looking for partners to help them keep afloat, that might be a good way to go about it, to lease space in a facility that's currently doing artwork.
Yeah. I don't know if we have too many of those there. I know Fred Bivens, who's one of our members who is in charge of the Festival of the Art. He's the chairperson there. He hooked us up with this place. It was through him that we found this place. So we'll probably have to get a hold of him and have him put his ear back to the ground and let us know if there's something out there that we can move into if we have to, if we lose our facility. Let's see. The supplies, I see there's a message there about how to get supplies. Hey, Bruce, can you spotlight me, please?
Sure.
There's if you got our newsletter, there should be a link in our newsletter to get to supplies. We will send out, Steve's with us today. So Steve, normally after our meeting, we send out a reminder that the supplies are available and you need to get your order in before next Thursday, and you can pick them up on Saturday. So we'll send that out this weekend sometime, either this afternoon or tomorrow. Steve will send out a reminder that the supplies are open with a link that goes to our supplies. You do need to pick them up, though. We do not ship supplies. So that is the and you have to buy them online. You can't drive down there, cash in hand, and say, "Hey, I want to buy some CA glue." You have to make the purchase ahead of time. The question here is when when will we start our regular meetings again? And will when they start, will the Zoom part continue? I hope so. It depends on, like right now, the Jam, we rent a space there from Tony, the John Anthony Millworks. And I think he's got internet in there. It seems to me he's got a computer. It's whether or not he's got internet service that we can tap into. And if it's high speed, I'm sure if he's got it, it's probably high speed. It's probably Charter or, something downtown. So Comcast. So if he has something that we can get into, we plan on doing some kind of either streaming or possibly keep doing the the Zoom. Unfortunately, with doing the Zoom, it requires a person doing just the Zoom. I mean, right now I can do just a Zoom because I'm sitting here and I got 4 computer screens in front of me here, and I can do this and I can do it. But when we have a physical meeting, it'll be impossible for me to do this because I will be in front of a room, and it would actually, and we already have an AV team. We have audio video team that does all of our cameras and stuff. Because when we do live meetings, we have 3 cameras that we use to get close-ups on the demonstration and all that. And it would still take another person beyond that, I think, to monitor a Zoom room. But I would like to see it keep going, and we're hoping it'll keep going. It'll probably mostly depend on whether we can get a volunteer who's going to be there, or a couple of them that can be there and assure that somebody's there to man that part of our show. But that's going to be a few months down the road before we have to worry about that. And I see another message here. What's going on with the group building? I don't know what's going on with that building. The FBI took over that, cleaned it out, and who knows where it's at now. So yeah, and I see that Aaron Day puts in there that church they went to just streaming till they returned in person, which right now we have a lot of people that are enjoying our streaming here. So we really want to keep it going. So that'll be something we'll have to pursue when we get closer to having physical meetings. So if we don't have anything else, I think I'm going to get Art Leisman in here and